Hey everyone, welcome in. This video is going to take you inside a Hobbit house in New Zealand. I'm really excited about this. It's me, the Travel Bee, and I had an amazing trip to Hobbiton last year. I was in New Zealand for a month solo. It was an incredible month, and I got to do this incredible walk in Hobbiton, and it was just after they had opened up the new Hobbit houses that you could go into. So I was really excited about that opportunity and wanted to share it with family and friends and with Mike and others because, we have always talked about the draw of New Zealand and how amazing it would be to go to Hobbiton. So these are just some photos when you first get into Hobbiton. I'll probably do another video about Hobbiton if there's enough interest. But basically, you just kind of go around and tour. And it's pretty amazing. It's really hard to put into words how amazing it was. So definitely a huge highlight for me in terms of going to New Zealand. So the detail in some of these areas in front of some of the houses was just incredible. And this is me walking along in front of the area where they're going to allow people to go into the different houses. So there were two options you could go into. There were two different guides, and we basically split the group into two, and you went into one door, green or red. So I went into the green door, and this is me just before the tour is about to start. So I'll show a few pictures from inside the house. This is the living room when you come in. It has an amazing family tree above the mantle. Incredible shelving and detail everywhere. There was just so much. That's the front hall when you first come in. I also saw this really cool key hanging on the hook, so I had to take a photo of that. I am going to show a video of walking in, but just some of these initial things that really captured my attention were really cool. And each of the little inlets or nooks and crannies, I guess you could say, just having so many amazing books and details. The beds, this is a bunk bed area for a child hobbit, and this is the adult room for an adult hobbit. And the bathtub was one of my favorite parts. I just had to take several pictures in this hobbit-sized bathroom. It was really cool. There were sections where you had to duck for sure. So now I'm going to show you the video as we go through, enter, and then I'll come back to a few more detailed photos as well. So this is the main entrance. I was the first person in, so I was able to get a pretty good view. And of course, I had to circle back after taking the video to get a little bit more detail on some of the areas. It's hard to put into words how exquisite all the little decor is that you see going through the house in terms of just, the spacing, the chairs, the offices, and the different areas. This is the bedroom that I showed the pictures of going in from the kids' bedroom into the adults' bedroom. It's sort of one big circle, of course, and you have to duck through some of the doors to get around. There's also some, the bathroom, which I was ridiculously fascinated with. I'm not sure why. So I'm just doing a really fast tour through the house, and then I go back in and do a lot of details. It started to get pretty crowded in here. You have a group of about 20 people as you go through, and the guides are really friendly. They'll let you take pictures or take pictures for you. There was like a Scrabble game, or I think that's what this is, a board game set up on a table. And just the cooking area really fascinated me as well. The dining room and the kitchen was a whole other section. I don't even know if I got to that in a video, but I love that area very much. And this window with the little tea set up in the corner was incredible. Of course, mushrooms really fascinated me, and I thought it was great that there was a whole thing about mushrooms there. This is a sink area looking out, incredible window, and then all these little tiny pots. There was honey, there were jars, there were fruits. Obviously they weren't fresh, but they were really well designed and incredible in this space. And this pantry was like to die for. Of course, it wasn't real food, but it was just really cool, the detail that went into all of these different sections in the pantry. I just couldn't believe the amount of detail that went into it, and I was fascinated by the pantry, so I took a lot of photos. I think the pantry and the kitchen area were some of my favorite sections as well. The cheeses and the breads and all that stuff. It just made you like, it made me really hungry and ready to sit down and enjoy a meal here. So you really felt like you were part of the home. There was no stone left unturned in terms of detail. Everything was so well thought out, and apparently both of the two houses were very similar. Some slight differences, but look at these cherries. It was just incredible. And then there were newspapers just set out as if someone had just kind of picked up and left. There was food on the table and that kind of thing. So it really was. I love this little tea corner and that amazing cup of tea. So yeah, just it was amazing detail, amazing experience, and like I said, I was so impressed by the amount of thought that went in, the thoughtfulness that went into everything, including this like bulletin board of information for the family, and all of these little scrolls and books. It really just captures the imagination. It really, like, you can't be walking through there and not have this huge grin on your face. This little writing table, I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to sit here and write something. Even outside as you left, there's a woodshed. So yeah, that's Hobbiton, going inside a Hobbit house. It was incredible. Thanks for watching.